If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. And I am back with another video. It has been so long since I recorded my first video. Like, I think by the time that I post this video, it would have been a year since I posted my video when I built my computer. If you did not check out me build out this dope PC build, please go check it out. I will drop the link in the description box, or you could just go to my channel, subscribe if you didn't already, and yeah, and check out my first video too. I know that it's been a while since I posted my last video, and things have changed like a lot. Like, first of all, I have a camera now. Like, I'm not trapping off the iPhone no more. I'm not recording on my I'm not recording on my phone anymore. Like, I actually have a real camera, so like I can really bring you more content now and really just answer any questions that you may have. Like, you know, with the camera, I got to put it to work now. It was an investment, so I have to put it to work. So I plan on bringing you way more content now and just being way more consistent with everything. So let me give you the tea. Let me catch you up on as much as I can. Like, some stuff I'll have to say for another video, okay? But I'll catch you up as much as I can. So let's see. As I told you in my first video that I was in school. Well, your girl graduated in March. I graduated with my bachelor. What made this stallion say 2021 about to graduate college? That's me. I did that. I finally graduated with my bachelor's degree, and it was a long time coming. Like, especially when I got closer to the finish line, like I was like, oh my god, like literally 2 weeks 2 weeks to the finish line. I'm like, I cannot do this anymore. I cannot. But I graduated. So I got my bachelor's in information technology with an advanced cybersecurity certificate. If you don't know what Black Girls Code is, it's basically an organization to help younger girls learn about tech. So like, the girls do so many cool things, such as like robotics, making video games. Like, it's such a dope organization. I love it so much. I wanted to do it, but by the time I found out about the camp, I was actually too old to join the camp, because I think it stops at the age 17, I believe, 17 or 18. So by the time I was like, you know, I realized I wanted to get into tech and I found the organization, I was too old to do it. However, I signed up to be a volunteer, and so I finally was selected to be a volunteer for their virtual program as a technical co-lead. I was so excited about that. Like, that was so big to me. So I'm like looking forward to doing that, like just giving back to the community. Like, I really stress, like, a lot of young kids know how to work these phones, know how to work these iPads. They need to be doing something with tech. Like, they need to learn some type of something, because technology is taking over the world. Whether you like it or not, it's happening. So you might as well teach your kids coding, teach while their brains are still able to be molded into this type of stuff. Teach them how to do it. You got your kids, your younger siblings, your whoever, your nieces, your cousins, whoever. Like, get these young people into this tech world. So other than that, I passed my Salesforce certification. Now, if you don't know what Salesforce is, I highly recommend that you look into it. They have certifications for people who want to get certified and learning how to use their software and stuff like that. So I was able to pass my exam, and let me tell y'all, that was a tough exam. That was such a tough exam, like but I was able to pass it. I really locked in for about 2 months, like locked in, like super locked in. I don't even know how to explain it, like how much more like I locked in I did. And I was able to just literally study my butt off to pass that exam. So like, by the grace of God, I literally passed it, and I was so excited about that. So that's pretty much a quick update on everything that's been going on in my life. Of course, it's like much more, but like I said, I'm going to save it for another video. I got y'all. I promise I won't leave you hanging. But if you want more information about anything that I gave you, such as like studying for Salesforce, any tips and videos, and just studying for certifications in general, just let me know. So basically, I know that it's a lot of information out here on like how to get started into tech and careers that you can go down, and just different things you can do into tech. And while all that stuff is very useful, I feel like everything has the same exact talking points. Like, no, you don't need to know how to code, no, you don't need to go to college, no, like I feel like everything has the same talking points, and it's like, okay, what happens after that? Like, okay, I gotta go to college, okay, I get I don't need to know how to code, but like, how do I actually get started into tech, like me? So that's why I'm here. I got you. I'm going to give you the things that I have learned, I have experienced, I have seen from others. Like, I was able to just like over this past like year and a half that I have been going from YouTube, I have just built so many relationships with other people and just network with just different types of people in the tech industry. So the things that I'm telling you now are things that I learned for myself and I learned from them, and I'm going to bring it to you because you know I always give you the sauce. Okay, so let's jump right into this video. Tip number 1 on how to get started into tech: invest in yourself. If you're not going to follow this tip, you might as well not even watch the rest of the video, because investing in yourself is so important, whether it's time that you're spending learning new stuff or whether it's money that you're actually investing in yourself, or it's just investing in yourself is so important. So all these tips that I'm giving you for the rest of this video all falls into this one. So it's just like, if you're not going to invest in yourself, then this is not the industry for you for one. Number 2, I can't help you. Okay, but I'm going to assume we all, if we're watching this video, I'm going to assume that we all are willing to invest in ourselves, so I don't even have to worry about that with you, right? Are you looking for a career or are you looking for a job? Because those are two different things. A job is basically, okay, I'm just about to go here because I just need to pay my bills and that's all I care about, versus a career is something that you work towards and then something you want to just keep climbing up the ladder on. And it doesn't necessarily have to be at the same company forever, but a career is something that you want to progress on, versus a job is something that you just come in, I'm clocking in, doing what I gotta do, and I'm clocking out. Like, that's it. Getting your resume revamp is so important, whether you do it or you pay someone else to do it. Me, I would pay someone else to do it, just simply because when I try to revamp my own resume, it just wasn't working. Like, it just wasn't giving what I needed it to give, to be honest. And like, when I revamped my own resume, I wasn't like, it wasn't working. I wasn't getting any callbacks or anything like that, versus when I paid a resume service to revamp my resume, and when I compared what I did compared to what the company did that revamped my resume, it was two different type of resumes. First of all, the formatting that the resume company used was great. Like, compared to my resume was just basic, which I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all resume probably look like how my resume looked when I did my own, like typical, oh, I just got my name, all my personal information at the top, and then after that I have my objective, then after that I have like all my careers in chronological order. Like, pretty much that's it. Skills probably at the bottom. Like, no, that was the wrong way to do it. So after I got my resume back from the company, I seen like the big change that they had. So first of all, your resume formatting is important, because I don't know if you know, but a lot of companies use a computer to go through your resume first. After your formatting is together, you want to work on the keywords that's in your resume. So depending on the job that you're applying for, like if you're going on, I don't know, let's just say LinkedIn, and you're reading the job description, or Indeed. Like, so let's say you're going on Indeed and you're reading the job description or whatever the case is, and you're like, okay, well, I can put this into my resume. Make sure you're taking all those keywords from Indeed.com and putting those into your resume. Like, of course, word it in a way, like word it in the correct way. Don't make it look obvious that you copied and pasted those words from the job description onto your resume. But yeah, put those keywords in it, because like I told you, for most companies, they're using a computer to go through your resume first before an actual human, before a recruiter, like before a human actually sees your resume. So you want to make sure that your resume is passing the computer test first. So You want to make sure your formatting is together. You want to make sure that you have those keywords in your resume as well. That's why a lot of people do recommend like tailoring your resume to each job that you apply to, because every job description is different. However, I just used one resume after I got a revamp and it seemed to work. However, you know, that may not be the case all the time. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you're formatting together. You want to make sure you have the correct keywords in your resume. To make sure that your resume job titles are, let's just say, up to date. Okay, so for example, if you were a cashier at Walmart, right, and you're trying to apply to a role in tech, you should change your job title from cashier at Walmart, because to be honest, you're going to just keep getting those same type of jobs. Like, you're just going to keep getting cashier type of jobs or customer service rep type of jobs, you know what I'm trying to say? And you want to get into tech and all that type of stuff. So basically, I'm not telling you to lie, but I'm just saying that you need to change your job title. So instead of saying, hey, I was a cashier at Walmart, you should say I was a tech sales rep at Walmart. I mean, you're technically not lying, because you dealt with the cash, the register, the cash register, which is technology. You were a representative for Walmart, because when customers had questions or needed to process transactions or anything like that, you were there, and you help with sales. So like, you're not lying, you were a tech sales rep at Walmart. So once you like really like figure out how you want to go about your job titles, make sure you're able to speak to that. So like, you got your resume formatting together, you put your keywords from the job description onto your resume, and then now you're changing your job titles around to make it fit the job descriptions or the job industry that you're trying to get in a little bit more better. And you just need to make sure you're able to speak to your resume. Like, you don't want to start putting all this different type of stuff that you're a system engineer and all this type of stuff for Google. Like, you don't want to lie and go overboard like that, and now you're in an interview and now they're asking you questions, very technical questions, and now you can't answer them because like you know, you don't know what you're talking about. Of course, put stuff on there that you're able to speak to. Basically, like, and Google is your best friend. If you see a keyword on there and you don't know what it means, Google it, and Google will be able to break it down to you. Watch a YouTube video. It's a YouTube video out here for everything, so you can YouTube everything that I'm telling you. Like, you can YouTube every job title. Like, it's stuff out there, so use your resources. Let's say that we have done all that we can do on Indeed. We applied to all the jobs that we can, and now we're looking for what's the next best way to get ourselves out there to get noticed by more companies. And it's 2021, almost 2022, and everyone needs a LinkedIn profile. I don't care what you do, you need a LinkedIn profile, just simply because it's a great networking tool. So first of all, on linkedin.com, recruiters literally fall into your inbox. Like, it's literally not a joke. It's literally not a joke. Recruiters literally fall into your inbox. Like, especially if you update your LinkedIn profile with your new job titles. Like, the recruiters will literally come to you like, hey, I seen that you were a business analyst. We're looking for one. We're looking for an entry level help desk specialist. Like, the companies literally crawl to you for number one. Number two, the networking is crazy on LinkedIn. Like, I literally found my mentor on linkedin.com. Not only did I do that, I was able to just connect with different people in the tech industry from LinkedIn. So that's another powerful way that LinkedIn can be used. Number three, you can also find jobs on LinkedIn. Like, a lot of people get so caught up on the Indeed.com that you forget that on LinkedIn it's a whole tab where it says jobs. And you can literally apply to jobs on linkedin.com. Of course, follow the same steps that I gave you earlier in the video when I told you, like, just don't do the quick apply. Actually go to the company website and apply. So utilize your LinkedIn, get your stuff together, take you a nice little profile picture, you know, get your LinkedIn profile together. Okay, another way that you can use LinkedIn is, let's say that you're really interested in being a project manager at Google, and you feel like this role is perfect for you, this is the perfect company for you, and you want to know what do you need to do to get in. Well, not only does LinkedIn have jobs and recruiters, LinkedIn also have regular people on there who works at these jobs, who's in these roles, who works at these companies. So you can actually reach out to these people like, hey, my name is whatever, my name is so and so, and I am interested in a role at Google as a project manager, and I seen that you are a project manager at Google as well, and I wanted to know, what are your day-to-day activities? How did you get into this role? What experience did you have? Of course, ask them first, like, is it okay for me to pick your brains? And final step is that we went through all those steps. We invested in ourselves. We looking for a career and not a job. We got our resume revamped. We applied for roles at companies. We networked on LinkedIn. We were able to talk to a few people in the roles that we were looking at, and they were able to give us tips on how to get an interview and what to do during an interview and things like that. So we took all of that into account, and now we finally have an interview at one of the companies that we want to work at. So one of the first steps to the interview is I have to talk to a recruiter on about the role on the phone. So basically it's a phone interview. But what the heck to do during a phone interview? Interviewing is a real skill. It's something that you have to practice, that you have to be good at. You have to study interviewing. Like, it's a very important skill to have. And a lot of us get nervous and we feel pressured when it's time for the interview, and it's just like we forget that confidence is key. Like, literally fake it until you make it. Confidence is key. First of all, going into these interviews, you have to be confident, because just like you want the job, the company wants you as well. If they didn't want you, they wouldn't be hiring for the role. So first off, you have to remember that just as bad as you need them, they need you too. So that's first and foremost. So let that build your confidence a little bit. Also, my second tip that goes to this is that interviews should be conversational. It should not be just cut and dry. Like, it should be conversational. For example, when you're doing an interview with someone, and say if it's a phone interview, even in person, same thing. The way that you start, first impressions is everything. So the way that you start the interview kind of sets the tone, like, for the rest of the interview. So let's just say it's a phone interview and the recruiter calls you like, hi, can I speak to so and so? And you're like, yeah, this is me. And they're like, oh, how are you today? And you're like, I'm fine. You're like, how are you? And they're like, I'm good too. That's it. Like, that's all. That's not the way that you would want your interview to go, basically. So we're gonna do it over. The interview calls you, you answer your phone. They're like, hi, can I speak to Ramallah? And then I'm like, yeah, this is me. They're like, hi, Ramallah, this is the recruiter calling from XYZ company. How are you today? Oh, hi, I am doing fine. I always like to refer to food, right? I like to refer to food because I like to eat. So I'll say, oh, I just ate a very good turkey sandwich. It was really delicious from this bakery down the street from my house, and it has like all these ingredients on it. So I never tried it before, and it was really good. And so then that probably will lead to a different type of conversation where they're like, oh yeah, turkey sandwiches, that's my favorite type of meal, especially during lunch at work. Like, it just set the tone. And trust me when I say this, it works every time. Like, it just literally works every time. Like, it happened once where someone was like, oh yeah, I forgot we were supposed to be doing the interview. I could talk to you all the time. Like, it just literally works. So try to make your interview more conversational, whether you want to say something about the weather, or you want to say something about your food, your pet, like whatever. Pets always win too. So whatever you want to talk, just make the start of the conversation conversational. Like, don't be dry and all that type of stuff. Like, you set the tone, because these are people that you're potentially going to work with. So be the person that you will want to call on the other end. Like, be that type of person. Now that we have our new resume revamped, of course that during the interview they are going to refer to our resume. So just make sure, I cannot stress this enough, make sure that you're able to speak to your resume. Don't put things on there that you don't quite understand and you know that you have not done before, like, and you know that you couldn't even fake it until you make it. Like, don't don't put that type of stuff on there. Just make sure you're able to speak to your resume. And then at the end of the interview, make sure you ask questions. Like when the recruiter say, hey, do you have any more questions for me? Do you have any questions for me at all? Like, make sure you're asking questions. You can Google questions to ask during the interview, and at least try to ask 3 questions, like at least 3. These tips are universal. Like, these tips aren't just on how to get started into tech. I was able to help 2 of my close friends on getting jobs that they wanted, and they were not in the tech industry at all. So like, these tips can really apply to anywhere and anything. And that is all that I have today for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it helped at least a little. I plan on bringing you way more content, giving you way more just stuff that I've learned and have experienced and learned from others. Like, I plan on just telling you all that, so just bear with me. Like I said, I have a camera now, so I plan on just bringing way more content. And if you have any suggestions for any videos that you want to see from me, just drop it below in the comment box, and I will try to make the videos. Like, I will try to get y'all the answers that y'all need, and I got you. All right, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.